Hi, boys and girls, it's Miss Roberts, and are you ready to learn about the human body systems? Well, tomorrow we're going to dive in to our first human body system. But before we do that, there's some things that we need to talk about. So that leads me to stop and to ask you a question. I want you to think about the things that your body does each day to help you survive. All right, have you thought about some? Well, the ones that came to my mind was breathing, heart pumping, and digesting food. And so that leads me to tell you about our learning targets and our big idea. Today and tomorrow's learning target is I can explain what the digestive system does and why my body needs it, which is going to lead us to talk about our big picture idea, which is I can explain what each system does and why my body needs it. We're going to be diving into learning about all the body's systems, and we're going to bring them all together at the very end of our unit. So I know this is a new topic, so let's not worry about it. I'm here to help you accomplish your goals as well as this awesome Google website. We have used Google websites before, so this is going to be something that we're very familiar with. And I know that you always have such a great time. So, what in the world do I mean by human body systems? Well, I talked a little bit about them before, but the body system that we're going to be focusing on, like I mentioned, is the human digestive system. So, to begin, let's think about pizza. You know, Miss Roberts loves her pizza. So, tonight I'm going to be eating pizza for supper. And you're probably wondering, why is Miss Roberts telling me about her supper? Well, that's where the digestive system is going to come into play. The digestive system, guys. It allows your body to get all the nutrients and energy you need from food when you eat it. So think about PE class. If you ate a donut, do you think that you might be super energized? But what about if you ate some eggs for breakfast? That might give you a little bit more energy. The sugar in the donuts might slow us down. But either way, both donuts and eggs, we get nutrients from it that helps our body function at school, after school, and just our day to day life. So let's begin with the mouth. It starts in our mouth. When you eat, the saliva, that slimy stuff that we have in our mouth, it is a chemical and it breaks down the food as we chew it, as our tongue moves it around our mouth, and it helps make the food kind of mushy and easy to swallow. Your tongue also helps out, like I said, and it pushes your food around over here, up here, and then eventually down to your esophagus, which is kind of like a stretchy pipe, and it's about 10 inches long. So not quite a foot, but very close. And it moves food from the back of your throat down to your stomach. So now we're in our stomach, which is attached to the end of the esophagus. It is a little sac that is shaped like the letter J. It has three important jobs, and they're very important jobs. One is to store the food that we've eaten, because of course it's got to go somewhere, to break down the food into a liquidy mixture so that it can go down to the rest of our body parts, and then last, to slowly empty that liquidy mixture into the small intestines. So that leads me to tell you about something crazy. The small intestines. They can be 22 feet long, guys. That is crazy, crazy long. But isn't that really awesome that inside your stomach is something so amazing that is working and we don't even realize it? The small intestine breaks down the food mixture even more so that our body can absorb all the vitamins, minerals, proteins, and carbs and fats that our body needs to function. So once it leaves the small intestines, it's going to go into the liver, which filters out all the harmful substances or wastes from our food that we've eaten. And it turns some of the waste into bile, which leads us to talk about the colon and the large intestine. So once it leaves the liver, it goes into the large intestines and it enters at the very end something called the colon, which is where the body gets its last chance to absorb any awesomeness that the food had to, water and other nutrients. And then it pushes some of these nutrients into the blood. Now, once it's in the large intestines and it's gone through the colon, guys, this is where it's going to get a little gross. It pushes the poop into the rectum. So as the water is taken out of our food, it becomes harder, and that's when it turns into solid waste. And this is the very last stop on the digestive tract. The solid waste stays here until you are ready to go to the bathroom. So the digestive system is a pretty important part of your body. Without it, you could not get the nutrients that your body needs to grow properly and for you to stay healthy. So I'm going to talk with you about our human body systems Google website before we wrap this all up. So we know that we've used this before in class and we absolutely love the Google websites. But tomorrow we're going to focus just on one single page. So here's our home page, and we're going to go up to the top and we're going to click on the digestive system, which is going to bring us to this fun page. And it's going to give us some instructions. It's going to ask us to watch a video and then use the graphic organizer that you will get tomorrow in class to organize some of your important facts and details about the digestive system. When we're done, we'll be one step closer to saying, I can record important information on the three main body systems within the body, which is tomorrow we're just doing the digestive system, as well as we can explain why our body needs it. So a helpful tip. And of course, you can go back and look at all this information as you need it. But while taking notes, if you need a second to think, use the spacebar to stop the video. So you're going to watch this fun video, and then you're going to come down here and take a short quiz on what you've learned. Now, what's awesome is you have those videos to look back on, you have my video to look back on, and you also have your notes. So tonight, before you come into class tomorrow, or even on your way to school on the bus with mom and dad, talk about the digestive system with your friends or your sisters or brothers. And I want you to come up with one question to share with your table tomorrow during group discussion. Guys, I am so excited to learn about the human body. I think that you are absolutely going to love it. And this is just one step closer to learning about the amazing things that it does every day. I'll see you tomorrow in class.